Now, if you loved Sue Nyathi's The Polygamist and The Gold Diggers, well, the wait is finally over for her highly anticipated third novel, A Family Affair. The book is set in Bulawayo during a very tumultuous period in Zimbabwe's political and socio-economic history books. In A Family Affair, Sue introduces us to what seems like a tight-knit Mafu family consisting of the parents, Abram and Pumla, as well as their three daughters, Xoliswa, Yandisa and Zandile. They are from the outside world and appear as a perfect Christian household until they have to face family secret affairs that threaten to tear them apart. Well, to help us discuss this book further, we're joined via Zoom by its author, Sue Nyathi. Sue, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about Family Affair and where the idea to pen this story came from. I mean, we know that this book centers around the Mafu family, the parents, Abram and Pumla, and the three sisters, Xoliswa, Yandisa and Zandile. Just briefly give us a bit of context into this family and each of these character development in the story.
So Family Affair is about a family, and I think, it's ingenious to write about a family. We all belong to one. And it's an exposition about how families love to project this picture-perfect facade. And yet when you peel, you go behind the exterior, you find that things are not perfect, as most families are not perfect. And, I felt I wanted to write a story because I think we want to project perfection when, people are actually flawed. There are no perfect people. And so, that's what the book is about. It explores, the different relationships in a family. And that's basically really what it's all about.
The second I open the book and I'm confronted with this sentence, it is a universally acknowledged truth that a single woman of childbearing age must be in want of a husband. Break down for us this opening sentence that's packed with truth and meaning, and why it was important for you to start the book with this line.
Yeah, so, that line is borrowed from Jane Austen, but it's flipped. I mean, and if you've read Pride and Prejudice, you'll see that it's a different, it's a flip side of her opening line. And really, I think, that flip side applies to us in Africa, where, women are literally groomed for marriage. And marriage is, one of the main, themes in the book, throughout the book, in terms of, what it means to be married as an African woman and the aspiration and the cost to which women will go through to stay in some of these marriages. So that's why, that line is important.
Just reading the first chapter really set precedence to what is about to unravel. There's a wedding pressure from family, and I got a sense that there's money and power involved as well, especially from Zandile's luxurious wedding. Tell us more about this, and also how you used money, power and wealth in this book.
So, I think a lot of the times when people think of Zimbabwe, they think of poverty. But it's important to realize that, Zimbabwe is a class society as well. There are rich people too.
True.
And so that book also looks at, the other side of how the other people live. And, middle class suburban life, where there is money, where there is abundance. And so, you go to the other side of the, of the neighborhood. And the book takes you through that life and the lives of those people.
And there's so many themes explored in this book, Sue, but the recurring one seems to be the one on African marriages, its tradition, its customs, and of course the what I would call societal expectations, as it were, especially where the Mafu sisters are concerned.
Yes, that's true. And and also to add that there's religion. I mean, we have a father who's a pastor, and I don't think you can ever talk about marriage without talking about religion and, the construct. Enforced by, religion. I mean, marriage is a religious institution as well. So, we also have the church in there and how the church plays a role in marriages. And sometimes it can be a destructive role, not in terms, instead of being a constructive one as well. So that comes into that whole discussion. And patriarchy. I mean, we live in patriarchal societies. So there was no way I could write a book and not, have that as, the overarching theme in the book as well.
So it definitely wouldn't be a novel if we don't get a taste of secrets, lies, scandals, deceit. But without giving much away of the story, take us through how the Mafus appear to be these holy Christian family from the outside, but they are being torn apart from the inside by their equal share of family secrets.
Yeah, so the thing is, I don't think the Mafus are any different from any of us, I mean, all families have drama.
Yeah.
There are secrets that happen that we never discuss, and we sort of like shove, hide behind, dirty secrets that are hidden behind the rug. And as always with things that are hidden, they do become exposed, and so it's the ramifications of those secrets that come out that threaten to tear the family apart. But families, as they tear and break, as the cover implies, there's also mending. And so, although we don't mend from the roots, we mend, superficially with Band-Aid. That's what, the story is about. But also keeping the core of the family together in spite of all the differences, the heartaches and the deception,
What I quite like about the book, Sue, is that the plots, the characters and the storyline in this book are so believable, man, and relatable. How do you continue to capture your works of fiction in such a way?
I believe in writing real stories and authentic stories that people can relate to. And I'm sure, and I've heard a lot of readers saying they can see themselves in they feel that their families were exposed in this book. And for me, that's very important, because once we write relatable stories, we can also start having thought-provoking discussions around some of the themes raised in this book. I mean, we hang on to culture, but some culture, in the way it's practiced, can be demeaning, or it can be oppressive. And so we need to also start rethinking some of these traditions. Do we need to carry them forward, or maybe we need to rethink how they're practiced? So that's also, my aim when I'm writing these stories, to also have thought-provoking discussions around the themes.
This book was released last month, Sue, and it's already on its second print run. What does that mean to you, as well as say about the quality of work that you give readers of your work?
I am so thankful to the readers who keep reading me and buying me. I mean, this is such an affirmation to my writing, to say, this is really what I was born to do. And, I'm thankful for the people who keep reading and buying my books, because, that's what keeps me alive and puts bread on my table. So thank you so much. And I'm glad that I can, keep delivering to my readers. I mean, yeah, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
Definitely is a two-way street, and keep delivering to the readers, because we are dying to keep reading more of your stuff. And I hear that the sequel to The Polygamist is in the works, and as well as a film or a series adaptation of The Gold Diggers, yeah?
Yes, that's both correct. So I think I sort of owe my fans the sequel. People have been crying for a sequel for years. So I guess I'm under pressure now to deliver on that, which is what I'm currently working on. So that's in the pipeline. And yes, you are right. The Gold Diggers was optioned, and the producer has a TV series in mind for that. So that, viewers can anticipate, seeing that in the screens in a few years' time, probably. I'm not sure of the timelines.
All right, Sue, I absolutely adore your work, and keep on writing and captivating us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Cheers.
That's author Sue Nyathi, and she's been speaking to us about her third book titled A Family Affair, that is currently on its second print run in just a space of a month. Let's go for coffee now, shall we?